Welcome to MDO Crochet for this stitch tutorial on the Lacy shell stitch. This stitch is worked up in a 1-row repeat. The return pass is different than your standard return pass. I worked this sample up in a 4-weight or Aran yarn with a 6.5mm cable Tunisian crochet hook. This is a low curl stitch. This is what the back looks like. And it has a lot of stretch on both directions. So let's go ahead and get into it. So for this stitch, you'll be working up your chain in multiples of 5 plus 4. So go ahead and pull up your chain. So I've pulled up my chain in 24. That's 4 multiples of 5 at 20, and then I added my 4. So go ahead and pull up your back loops. So go ahead and pull up your loops for your foundation row, and they are done in the back bumps, which is the second chain from your hook. This is loop 1, this is chain 1, and that's chain 2. Just turn it over and you'll have your back bumps, and start pulling up your loops back there, and go ahead and get them up. Alright, so now that we have all of our loops on our hook, our return pass is going to be different. We're going to yarn over and we're going to go through 2 loops. 1 and 2. And then we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to yarn over and we're going to pull through a total of 6 loops, but 5 that are standing up. And the one on our hook counts as number 6. So there's 1. There goes 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So when you look at it, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we're going to do the exact same thing again. Yarn over it and pull through 6 loops. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 of these down here, and then that one on your on the chain is number 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Again, you should have 5 loops bunched up here. And then we're going to yarn over and chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then yarn over and you're pulling through 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then yarn over and pull through 6. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then yarn over, chain 3. 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And that's what your first row should look like. Alright, so for the next part, we're going to pull up a simple stitch in the very first bar. And then in our gap, we're going to pull up, we're going to go into that chain, pull up a loop, go to the next chain, pull up a loop, go into this bar that we have that's above our shell. There's a loop, go into the next chain, a loop, and the very next, and a loop. And this is what it should look like minus these two. You have a total of 5, 2 on each side of the gap from the shell. You're working those into the chain. Now we're going to do it again. And this is going to start in the center. So 1, here goes 2, there goes number 3, right into that shell. There goes 4 and 5. Again, that's what it needs to look like. So we go to the very next, we're going to pull up another loop in the next chain. 1, loop into the next. This very first chain is you don't count it because it's still part of this stitch because it's pulling that one up, the gap up for us. 1, 2, and then we go into the gap. That's 3. Go into the very first chain. There goes 4, and the very next one is 5. Then we go into the next chain, pull up our loops, 1, 2, and then into the shell chain. That's 3. There goes 4, and the very next one is 5. So for every 5 you've done up here equals 5 from the bottom. So whenever you get done putting your 5, you're going to be left with your ends 2 stitches. You got your normal simple stitch, and then you'll do your standard end stitch. And that's what it should look like. And then for our return pass, you're going to yarn over and just pull through 2. It's the exact same return pass we did on the row prior. So you're going to yarn over, chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through 6 loops. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through 6 loops. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6. Then you're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6. Then you're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Now the beginning is always, when on your return pass, will be a chain 3, and the end when you're starting will always be a chain 3. And that's what we are looking like now. And now it is just a repeat. It is just a 1-row repeat that includes the return pass. So we'll pull up our simple stitch, the very first stitch, and then we got to pull up our 5 loops per cluster, per shell. 1, 2, and remember with that shell, you need to get that back loop that is right here. There goes number 3, number 4, and right next to it is number 5, and you're working these into the chain. And then again, there goes 1, 2, work those into the chain, and then we'll get it pulling up that bunched loop that bunches these up for us. Goes 3, 4, and 5. That's what that will look like. And then again, it's 5, 1, 2, then we go into that bunched loop. That's 3, 4, and 5. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we just do we have our end here. So we go ahead and do our simple stitch, and then our standard edge stitch. And then we do our return pass. And this is the repeat. Right now, so for the return pass, it is the same. It's yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, and you're pulling through 6 loops. Remember, this counts as number 1. The loop from your chain counts as number 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to yarn over and we're going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through 6. That one counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you should have a bunch of 5 loops here. Then you're going to yarn over and chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through 6 loops. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over, pull through 6 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that'll leave you with 2 left. You're going to yarn over, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That is all there is to the lacy shell stitch. So you can continue, and then I will come back and I will show you how to close this stitch off. Alright, so let's go ahead and we want to close the stitch off. So how are we going to do that? You're just going to do a simple stitch slip off. So you pull up a simple stitch and you'll slip it off. And you'll do it in every loop that you normally would pull up for the stitch. And just slip it off and go into the gap or the tension one there at the shell. And just slip it off. And you'll just do that all the way down and then close off your project. And that is all there is to this stitch. It is a 1-row repeat. The return pass is not a standard return pass. And I'll show you here in just a second of what the back looks like. So now that we got our stitch done, this is what the back looks like. It is a very low curl stitch. And it has a lot of vertical give and a lot of horizontal give. It is a pretty stitch. It's easy to work up. It is a 1 complete row repeat. If you found this tutorial helpful, please go ahead and give me a like and subscribe. It'd be greatly appreciated. And leave me a comment. I will chit chat with you. As always, folks, keep stitching.